Hello everybody, it is Wednesday, April 14th on our short week here. Just as a reminder today, going over that brand evaluation worksheet. It's located here on our daily agenda. It's also located in our modules, all the way down our Asian section, the last entry, brand evaluation. When you click on that, it will give you a description of the assignment and also a link that you can make a copy of. And then lastly, you can find it on our homepage agenda, weekly agenda, and you can right click and open that in a new browser tab, and you should have access to that as well. So for today, what we want to look over are the different links that are in here, and with the understanding that at the end of kind of evaluating a lot of the brands that we use or wear, we want to pick one brand that has done really well in ethical fashion or transparency or whatever criteria you think is important. By inserting their logo here, get rid of this image and insert your own. It's not a plug and play. It's just a picture that I put in. Insert logo here. So you need to delete that. Put a picture of your company's ethical fashion logo there, and then you want to write me a good paragraph on how they've been successful as a company, and maybe if there's any room for improvement, what they also could do to improve their score. You also want to find a brand that has scored pretty low in ethical fashion. I think we'll all probably find aspects of companies that can do better, that we wear or that we eat. So you want to write that company's name, select this, and type that company's name there. All right, insert their logo, and then give me a quick synopsis of why they have not scored very well, 5 to 8 sentences at least. Why they haven't scored well, and what they can do to improve their score. At the top of the page here, we have a bunch of different links. So this Good On You website is for pretty much fashion only. Okay, but if I go to the search ratings bar, there's also an app you can download on your phone, but you don't have to do that. You can search brands by name or category. So here's the categories they have. You can also search by the brand by name. Okay, so I could type in Levi's, or I could type in Carhartt, and it will give me a score of that company. All right. So Carhartt score is not good enough, and then it gives you a synopsis of planet, people, and animals, and then why they don't score. A lot of Carhartt's problem is transparency. So they don't report where they get a lot of their stuff, and you can't find out where they get a lot of their stuff. So that's one of the reasons why they don't score very well. And so if you wanted your brand to improve, that's one thing that Carhartt needs to do is put information out there that people can look up and see where they're getting their raw materials, where they're getting their manufacturing materials, and how their final products are put together. Okay, so that's how that one's cited. That has a good synopsis article on it. Know the Chain is a really cool one, because this is more like the mother companies of your brands, right? So maybe Levi's is a jean company, obviously, but if it had a mother company, like if I buy a Great Value shirt, that's going to be a Walmart sourced brand. So if I go down here and look for Walmart, Walmart Inc. scored a 46. The other thing you can do with this is compare things. So Apple, okay, so if I compare Apple, it's going to give me a scorecard. It's ranked 4th out of 49 companies on this website. It's 68 out of 100 score. It gives us a quick summary of Apple. And how do they compare? I can click Apple and find Samsung, its main competitor. And it will tell me how Samsung does in comparison to Apple. So there you go. Apple's the yellow one. Samsung is the black dotted line. All right, and then you can see how do they compare, score history, theme indicator scores, resources, summary, all of those things will be in there. It also tells you how they score these things as well. Okay, theme indicator, there we go. So findings report, access data. Findings report is right here, so that's a lot more in-depth aspect on that, 2020. So it's good recent information. So you can compare brands on that one. That one's pretty cool. I have a Fair Labor Association companies. If you click on Mission and Charter, the mission of the Fair Labor Association is to combine the efforts of business, civil society organizations, colleges, and universities to promote and protect workers' rights and to improve working conditions globally through adherence to international standards. You can read more about their work. But basically, if you're a Fair Labor Association participant, you're doing labor, the labor that you have at your business is ethical. You're treating them fairly, probably paying them a living wage. So that's always good in my book. And then the Fair Trade Clothing Brands, that's simply the website that we saw the other day. And you can look up different clothing brands, different food sources. So beverages, flowers, food, health and beauty products, home goods, and these are all sponsored by the Fair Trade Certified Group, saying that they do what is necessary to take care of the environment, their workers' health and rights, and being transparent. So use those sources to try and find exactly what your brands are being valued at. And if you can, try and find one brand that you use that has done really well and one brand that needs some improvement. Obviously, nobody's perfect, and so you can always say in your paragraph what they need to do to improve their score as well. With that being said, that's all for today. This won't be due until Monday, so you have Friday to work on this as well. Tomorrow we'll be looking at some DMZ stuff and the war in Korea. All right, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day, and we'll see you.